How are you guys feeling after?
Kinda cold.
Bro, I'm literally
You're
God.
glowing.
I'm literally God.
You still can't see anything. Cinematic choices. I should be a cinematographer. Angles.
We're shooting this way, right? So if we do these so on that beat. Right. Turn off.
No Strings is about two best friends who end up down on their luck and end up on the street. Charles goes through some rough times, losing a family member who was the world to him. And he spirals downwards into this pessimistic state. But luckily, he's got his buddy Elijah there, who's always optimistic, always sees the best in Charles. And they end up experiencing something which changes Charles' look on reality, if I'm not going to give away too much.
Hi, my name is Hamam Malashi. I'm the director of my group and I's new 10-minute film, New Strings. And today I'm going to be talking about some of, some fun stuff that happened on set and some of the things I learned about.
Hi, my name is Lexi. I'm the first AD of the production New Strings.
My name is Christian Guerin. I'm the DOP and writer for this film.
I'm Emily, and I'm the editor for New Strings.
My name's Mac. I have many roles. I've been given everything. I'm a makeup artist. I handle props, set decoration, and locations.
My name is Eric Westlow. I was the grip and locations on this film.
The most memorable, it was definitely when we were in Gatineau and we had a great trip to McDonald's. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Just a really memorable trip. Like, I'm never gonna forget it. Yeah, I got some free things and it's always gonna be with me as decoration in my room.
So my biggest highlight was when we finished the sunset sequence. That was our first film day. The first day of the sunset sequence was terrible. It was horrible to the point where I look back at it and I just laugh because the weather predictions were completely off. It was some of the worst. And then we come back the next day and we only have one day now instead of 2 days to film the sunset sequence, but the weather is amazing. So we go through, we film everything we need to in one day. Like, we clutch it. And after all of that, I looked back and I was just like, it's amazing that we actually got one of the most difficult parts of the film done. And in my opinion, I think we did it really well. Probably one of my most favorite moments in the actual film is just the beginning part. It immediately entrances me.
The running scene or the chase scene that night was certainly memorable. Based on almost 5 hours of running, it was certainly, I did my cardio for the next 6 weeks. And I remember in one scene where I'm being chased by Jason, and I jumped up on the flower bed, and my first time going up there, I cracked my right shin on the concrete corner. So I did remember after that, I'll change my train of thought of how I'm gonna jump up. So it was definitely, it was a good night, good night. I was very tired that morning. I don't wanna run for another month.
It would have to be running around public buildings in Gatineau at 4 o'clock in the morning, hoping that security won't pull us aside. Can I say this on this? Or no? I really like this role. When I was reading the sides for it, I could really relate to Charles. He had a very close relationship with his mother, He's very emotional, and when things aren't going his way, he gets a little pessimistic. So he was a very well thought out and rounded character. So I really enjoyed how he was written into this script because it was very real to me.
When I'm reading a script, I sort of need to be picturing the film playing in my head. And so when Christian sent me his script and I started reading through it, all these cool ideas started popping up in my head for how this scene could be acted out, for how it could be shot, for the movement, things along the lines of that. And so when I picture the most potent film in my head, reading a script, that's what attracts me to it. The sunset sequence, very time sensitive.
Biggest challenge was probably dealing with time.
Definitely the most challenging part would be the timing.
I would say time scheduling.
There was also a chase sequence and a fight sequence, so that would be the other two things. Usually we haven't practiced too much movement, and both the chase sequence and the fight sequence employ a lot of movement to really make the audience feel like they're in the moment and they're a part of the action. So we really had to investigate and experiment with what worked and what didn't.
I always enjoy the process of making a film. Every set I've always been on has always been different. It's been great working with this team. Hammam and his team have a lot of good cohesion. They work well together. Had some very creative sets and ideas to solve problems, which is always going to happen on set. So when you have a team that are able to pivot at the last minute to make something work when otherwise it wouldn't, it's always nice to see.
It's been good. I mean, it's been a tough one. I'll admit that working overnights, I mean, in my trade and I do in my real life, I've done working overnights, so it's been interesting. I get it now seeing from the perspective of the director and the AD and the camera in terms of lighting, especially when the sun's coming up and you have to hurry up and get the filming done. So it's been quite invigorating, and lots of coffee, definitely lots of coffee.